this little bench over here, drove down the street, found the end of it. Got a nice clip.
One thing I want to say is thank you for everybody coming. Thank you for staying, and I promise you, you ain't seen nothing yet. Are you ready? Come on!
It's amazing what you have to do to get people's attention these days. Growing up in the 1970s as a middle-class kid from the Midwest, I had many of the same problems as kids today.
Hey, you know something?
No, what?
I had a wet dream last night.
That's right. How to keep myself entertained. I thought I had some pretty cool stuff back then.
Okay, Atari, let's see your best pitch.
You sank my battleship.
But that's nothing compared to what's out there today.
We have come to challenge you in Mortal Kombat.
And the work you've done has gotten you this far.
Then there were all those great prime-time network TV shows.
3, 2, 1.
Welcome to ABC's Monday Night Primetime National Football League television series.
And even though ESPN wasn't born yet, I still had plenty of great television sports action to watch.
This concludes Showtime's schedule for this evening.
And TV was not on 24 hours a day back then. With television today, I don't even know where to begin. Now, this is not to say that I was a sedentary child. I loved playing outside and was on many sports teams, but baseball was always my best sport. As I moved from Little League to high school, I made several all-star teams and even had a few scholarship offers to play college baseball. Unfortunately, a knee injury and the untimely death of my father during my senior year in high school cut short my playing career. But what I liked most about baseball was that this was one of the few ways I could interact with my father. You see, he was 60 when I was born, and the age difference between us made it difficult for us to connect. But baseball was always something we had in common. He made it to all my games. And when I wasn't playing, we spent a lot of time watching baseball. Now, since we lived in Omaha, Nebraska, we had no major league team, but we did have the Omaha Royals. Some of my most treasured childhood memories took place watching minor league baseball at Rosenblatt Stadium. But what I loved most about these games was that my dad told me stories about his past, about how he immigrated to the United States through Ellis Island, about his professional roller skating act, about his time in World War II as an Army dentist, and many more of his colorful stories he rarely talked about anywhere else. But as it is with most kids as they get older, I didn't think it was cool to watch baseball with my dad at the ballpark anymore. Besides, I found more interesting and life-changing things to focus on.
The female reproductive system and fertilization.
That's right, football. There was no way that baseball could compete with this. All in all, I had a pretty good childhood. A great family, a nice, stable home, and when I wasn't in school, I had plenty of stuff to do with my friends and family to pass the time. If only it could have lasted forever. For all of us, sooner or later, the simplicity of being a child is replaced by the complexities of adulthood. This became a harsh reality for me when my family and I had to make arrangements to sell my family's home after my mother died. You see, even though loved ones passed on and others left town for whatever reason, the one thing that always remained constant in my life was our family home. It was my anchor to the past. I was about to lose that anchor forever. We had to get the house ready for sale, and none of us were looking forward to the task ahead of us. After several weeks of physically exhausting and emotionally draining work, we cleared out over 60 years of family artifacts from my childhood home, leaving it an empty space that was once the center of my universe. After we finished, I needed some kind of diversion to help take my mind off the fact that my childhood home was about to become the property of a stranger. That's when my friend Amy came into the picture. She saw how depressed I was and invited me to see a minor league baseball game with her that night to help cheer me up. Once we got some beers and food, we sat down to watch the game. After a few innings, Amy told me that she was about to take a cross-country trip, visiting a bunch of minor league baseball parks all across the country, and she needed someone to help her videotape the experience. She asked me if I wanted to join her. Since I had the rest of the summer off, I agreed. I was looking forward to hitting the road in the hope that it would help take my mind off the impending sale of my childhood home.
I know you all want to hear it, and I know he's dying to say it, so G, what do you got to say, buddy? All right, let's hear it for him, everybody.